Hello guys, and welcome back to another Tweaker Man video. So today is the day that we are fitting up the Tweaker Man mini monitors. So we're using this wall insulation. It's actually used in the upholstery trade. It's like so you get cotton felt, which is made of cotton, and this is like the flock of wool that was generally taken from a wool factory. It's all the sweepings and all that, and then they make this product out of it. So there's our crossover. So we're going to use the crossover first and fit it in, and then here's our baffle. And then I just wanted to show you that this is magnetic. There we go. So what I did, you can see here, there's our magnets there, and I buried 2 magnets on each corner. There we go. Then I filled them with some 2-pack, and this works extremely well, and it keeps the face nice and clean. So we're not going to have any screws in the face. So what we're going to be gluing the face on with is this stuff here. This is really good. Fire and acoustic sealant. Sound deadening properties it has, so it's really good. So we're going to be giving it a thick bead around the edge of here, and then we're going to push the baffle into place, and then after that we're going to be screwing on the drivers. Once the baffle's dry, it takes about 4 hours to go off, and then it should be fine. And this is really good stuff. If you haven't seen this before and you're in the speaker building, you can actually use this as a gasket as well, but I'm not using it as a gasket. So what I'm using for the gaskets are pieces of leather, quite thick leather here. So I've already made one up, if you haven't seen it, on one of the community posts, and I've played music through it. It works fine. I'm not sure whether it needs some resistors on the tweeter section of the crossover, because it sounds to my ears at the moment a bit louder, a bit shouty. It may be that it needs running in, breaking in, but what I'm going to do is get this one set up, and I'm going to break them in for about a week, and then if it's still the same, then I shall get some resistors to bring the volume down of the tweeter. So let's get this on a tripod and we'll fit it. So what we need to do first is to fit our crossover in. Okay, so I'm going to release the screws a little bit in there, these small Allen bolts, Allen screws, whatever you want to call them. Take them up a little bit, and then I shall turn this over. You won't see this part for the second. And we're going to push that into there, and I'll show you it once I've done that. Right, these bolts need to come out slightly. I was trying to get my son to film this for me, but he was having none of it, so back on me, Jaxie. Right, let's get that into there now, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's in there. For some reason that one needs to have a little bit more of that. That's it. Right, so we've got that up like that now. So we're just going to pull this back here, and then we've got to tighten our bolts up inside there. You may not be able to see this, it's quite difficult at this point. that one's tightened up. The negative, now just the positive there. That's it. Right, so that's in like that, and that needs to flop down there and come up a bit. And now what we need to do is to screw this into place. Okay, the crossover there needs to be screwed into place. So let's just see where we can angle the camera in there a bit better, so you can see what's going on. Okay, can you see it in there? So what I'm going to do is screw that in. So what we need is some screws and a screwdriver. So these are the screws we're using, 1.25 inch round head 8s. So what I need to do now is to take these out. I need 4 of those to go in to hold this in place. Now I put one of these speakers on. I had one monitor audio radius 90 on one channel and this on the other, and you can't really tell that way until you've got them both connected. So I've got to screw this in here, so I've just got that on with a nice long screwdriver there to get down into there. Oops. Gotta make sure that's in place. I need to bring that down a bit. I want to put that on the edge of the table there so I can get maximum. As I say, this is the first time I've built any crossovers from scratch. I haven't copied them. Some people copy crossovers from other speakers. These were my own designs. So again, it's never easy until you get to. So I think I might need to reduce the tweeter by around about -3 dB. Just to bring it down a bit. I don't know yet until I... There we go, that's screwing in nicely. There we go. So just got to get 2 more into here. These are self tappers. I've got about 300 packets of these screws left over from my DIY shop that I used to own. Well, I didn't own the shop, I rented the shop, but I owned the business. As you can see, I've done many things. That was alongside running my restoration business as well. I'll show you this now once I've got that down in there. There we go. That's our crossover. Screwed down inside. So all I've got to do now is to start putting the insulation inside there. So let's bring that back up again a bit, and we'll go to the back here and start putting in the insulation. Now you can glue the insulation in, but I'm using this double-sided tape to put it on with. So I'm just going to put it on its side like that. I'm going to cut some lengths of this. It's extremely sticky, this stuff. Right, so what we need to do is come over at the back there, put a length of this in there. Doesn't matter how it goes in there. Gone down, we need 2 lengths of that in there. You want the you don't want the all the wadding falling over inside, because what I'm doing is I'm just packing the walls of it. I'm not filling the whole cabinet up as such. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put one piece of this in, and then after that I'm going to be moving on and doing the rest of it myself quick, so we can get the job moving on. So now here's our wadding. Let's just move this over to here for the minute. So the wadding, we need to cut it, so I'm just going to offer it up to the cabinet there. I need to come back a bit. Put it on there. There we go. And now we've just got to push that up on its side, that down into the cabinet there. There we go. Pack that in there, push it under, cross over there into the back there. So that is how you put the insulation in there. So what I'm going to do is carry on with the insulation, and then I'll be back in a minute. So we've fitted the insulation around the walls. So that's the top, and now we just want to slide a piece in over the crossover unit there. Now I've heard people saying don't cover up the crossover unit. I've never had a problem with it. Before I've changed the insulation in cabinets, and it's fine. Right, okay, so we've got that like that now. So the next bit we need to do now is we just need to fit our front baffle on there. Okay, so take that off of there. So that's our front baffle. This is the top. So I've pre-drilled the holes there. So I was going to put some inserts in these, but I don't think it will need it. So that's going to just pop on like so there, and that's what it's going to look like. So let's run a bead of this mastic around it, the edge. So I'm going to need my gun here and the mastic. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you. I'll put the mastic round first. I'm going to put quite a thick bead of mastic around. Now I didn't want to screw the front baffle on. I'm not really over keen on the look. I know it's about sound quality, but I don't like the look of those LS35As with the screws screwed in and that Velcro around the edge of it. I think it looks very not great. There we go. And then just round here. Now the good thing about this is, as it says on here, it has good sound deadening properties, which is good for the front baffle really, so we don't get too much vibration coming off of it. So let's just push that down into there now. All we want to do is just, all I'm doing is taking it under very slightly, so the baffle's set back by a couple of mil, no more than that, because I want it to look really smart. That's about it. And you can see the mastic oozing out in areas, which I'll clean off a bit later. So I think that's that for this part of the video. So I'll be back a bit later once this is dried, and we'll get the gaskets on and then screw the drivers in, and then hey, we're finished finally after months and months. Never easy, but hopefully we'll be getting there. And then if we need to put on some resistors on the tweeter side, we'll do that. And I think they're going to be around about 8-watt resistors, if I can think about it a little bit, but we'll see. I'll let you know once I've done that, but I won't put them on just yet. I'm going to run them in for a bit, break them in, and see what happens with them first. But so I'll be back a bit later, about 4 hours once this is dried, and then we'll put the drive units and that in. So I've left the baffle now for 4 hours to dry. Okay, so that's nice and solid in there. It's not going anywhere. And as I said, that that sealant that I've used to glue the baffle down with has got very good deadening qualities. So that will help as well. So what we've got to do now is we need to put our gasket on. So I've made these gaskets out of leather, a nice thick leather. That goes on to there, round to there like so. Okay, now we need to get our, one thing I need is a needle just to locate the holes that I've put there. So I'm going to use is an upholstery needle. So here we have a needle there, nice big upholstery needle. Just going to whip that up and find out where the holes are. That's one there. Just push it through there. Same with the other one there. The leather's quite squidgy, so it works quite well as a gasket. And these are the pieces that I had when I cut out the holes. Back in the right place. That one up there, around about there. Right. So now all we have to do now is we want to fit our tweeter in first. So here's our tweeter there. So that's going to go into here. What I want to do is bend those back a bit because they're going to sit back down there. We don't want to bend the terminals over. So the positive is on the right hand side there to me. I'm going to nip that into there and then put that one in. Push that back into there. Just pull those wires under there. There we go. Spin that round slightly because I've got to make sure that that's all leveled up. Go back in with that. Make sure it's got this in the right place. Right, so what we're going to be doing is just screwing these in by hand. We don't really want to be using a drill in case we slip with it. What we're going to do, we're going to tighten these up like you would with a car tyre, a wheel. When you change your wheel, nip it up a bit on one side and then and what this does is this makes this perfectly flush with the leather baffle now. As I said, I think I might have to put some resistors on the... I won't know that for sure yet, so I need to... I'll just go on to there. Find that again now. Right, so now we're going to tighten that one up there, and then move across here, tighten that one down there. There we go, so that's the tweeter in place. So now all we've got to do is get our woofer out. I'm going to connect our woofer up. So we've got our red onto my right, looking at my right there. Connect those in. The black onto the... There we go, that's our... Push that down into there. Ooh, now, I forgot something. I forgot to put the gasket on. There we go. Let's get the gasket on. Get it round the right way. That's that. That's pretty good. Right, let's go for it again. Black and the red. Push that under. Make sure that gasket goes down well. That's it. This is a difficult bit. I could have glued the gasket in place, but I've decided not to. Right, I'm going to have to put that in. I'm going to have to glue that in place, that gasket, because that's not working very well. So now I've glued the, well, I've stuck the gasket down with some double-sided tape. So let's go again on this now. So what I might need to do is to crimp those crimp these up very slightly. That's it. They feel a tad loose, those ones, for some reason. That's better. Right, so this is our black. And there, and our red. Right, okay. So now I want to lower that in there. For some reason that one's not going in as well as the other. Right, we might have to trim that down a bit. Still not going in very well. Oh, for a minute. There we go. I've got the baffle in there. It's quite difficult to get that one in. It was the gasket was slightly bigger, so I trimmed it down slightly. So just want to do the same thing here now. Get up. That's it. Well, you can see that gasket there sticking up very slightly there. Right. Okay, so start getting these screws in here. Down. So I'll be giving these a good listen to tonight, and then we'll see how we go. If they need adjusting, the crossovers, that will be done to get them right. Got to get them right after taking all this amount of time on them. Would have been easier just to buy a speaker kit, but I like a challenge, so right, I'm going to tighten those down once we get them on. I shall go around with a cloth and clean them all over. For some reason I've got this neighbour that loves revving up a motorbike all the time. There we go, one there. Over to this side, tighten that one down. Over to that side, tighten that one down. Right. There we go, look at that. All done. All nice and connected up. Really good quality binding posts. Magnetic grill. Look at that. Splendid, eh? Splendid job. Yeah, I'm really pleased with those. All I've got to do is just give them a good run in now, and hopefully we can sort out the crossover if it needs some resistors on there, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you like this video. I know these are a bit long-winded, a lot of these videos, and this build has taken absolutely ages, but we're getting there slowly. So thanks for watching another Tweaker Man video. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to press that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And thank you for watching, guys.